Hi, this is BB Brace again. Um, Regarding the gang stalking, I've made a few videos on this, the hacking, the gang stalking, and lack of FBI support or lack of police support. I've been to the police. The first thing they tell me, they didn't even respond to me. It was when I moved from California to Vegas. I have a wonderful friend by the name of John. He actually was so wonderful that he actually flew up to California on his own dime, drove from San Jose to where I live on a rental car on his own dime, picked me up, packed up the car, and drove to Vegas with me to get me situated. And for 2 nights, paid for a hotel for me to stay in until I was situated. Where could you find friends like those? You can't. This is why when I have, I'm a giver. I give freely and I don't look back. I don't look back. If I give to Janet, I don't expect Janet to give it back. Fred might give it back. Myrtle might give it back. Jonathan might give it back. That's one of the lessons you learn, and hopefully I can spread that to you as well. When you give someone something, don't expect it to come right back from that source. At some point, when you least expect it and you really need it, there it is. Because a time will come when you will need. Happens to everybody. There are ups and downs. I learned something that said ebb and flow. It's a good name, ebb and flow. Life ebbs and it flows. But to get back to how wonderful he is, I mean, and he still supports me. He's still there for me. He's a wonderful friend. He was unexpected. He's a client actually who turned into a personal friend. But the lack of police support. When I was in Vegas, when I noticed the hacking was still continuing, I went to the Las Vegas Police Department. I left my phone at home. He Ubered me over. Plan was when I got there, I would speak with a police officer, detective, whatever, and they would actually give me a courtesy call where they would just call an Uber for me. A police department, they're supposed to help, right? Didn't go the way I planned. I did not get to speak to anyone, and I had to use a stranger's phone in a parking lot to call an Uber, to call an Uber, which he did. They didn't. Needless to say, they never contacted me. I was there for 6 weeks. I think I went there about the 4th week into it. So I was there for at least a couple of weeks after. They never contacted me. They never asked any questions. Unless, again, the calls were deferred by the people who were hacking me. See, there's a video on YouTube that's put out by, I think, the University of Iowa, is it? And they're talking about hacking. And they said if the hacker gets a hold of your router, of anybody's router, John Doe, Jane Doe, anybody's router, then the man who owns the router is basically screwed. He said he used the word screwed. Yeah, screwed, basically. Because they will filter all your traffic. What you see is what they allow you to see. And if you're using your phone Wi-Fi off your phone internet on your phone or the web browser using your internet, well, you're screwed too, because it's the same traffic. But the point is, I believe if they're hacking your router, then they're going to hack your phone too. I don't know what they call cloning. I'm not sure how this is done. Not sure of anything of how this works. I don't know. But I mean, I don't understand why they would target me. And that's the question. Why me? Why me? What could I possibly know that they would target me? I don't know. I'm trying to rack my brain to find out, do I know something about them? What I do know, and this is something you can find on the internet as well, is that they said someone, so I don't know where this person was, but it's a man who his neighbor was hacking into his router, his internet, and was watching porn. Like, I don't think he was watching porn. If he was watching porn, it might have been the nature of the porn. It could have been child pornography. I don't know. Or he was shooting porn. I don't know what he was doing. But the FBI showed up at this guy's house, the guy with the router, and there was a court case. And the guy kept insisting he didn't know. Come to find out, it was a neighbor doing it, illegally jacking up his router, and then he got blamed for it. But they sorted it out at some point. But this is how bad it is. This is how bad it is. So I'm not sure what happened here or how this works. I'm talking in terms of me and these people. I don't know. What is it that they think I know? I think I've had my router, my own router, 3 times in my life. When I lived in California, two different places, and then one different place where I had it for 4.5 years, my own router. And everybody else in the yard, I supplied internet too, because I'm a nice person. Hacking is not something you think about every day. You're just a nice person, you know? Because when I got there, landlord didn't supply internet, and I just figured, hey, you know, we're all sharing the same address. They're only gonna give it to me, so I'm just being nice. See, I like to look at things where I don't like to be selfish. Because in my mind, there's no need for selfishness. There's no time for selfishness. It's so stupid and redundant and passé. Why all this selfishness and the golemness? I don't understand. But now I do get that I have to have balance. I might not have to be selfish, but I have to have some kind of balance to protect myself in the future. If I can get over this ordeal, whatever this is, this woman is putting me through, I don't know. If I can get over it, I'm gonna have to find some balance within myself. Maybe I'm a little too open, a little too trusting and giving. And that is, if you want to say that makes me a stupid woman, then that's okay. That's your opinion. And maybe I was a bit naive. So, getting back to the lack of police support, they never contacted me. I contacted the FBI when I got here. I filled out twice. I mailed in. I went to the FBI office. They were not accepting people inside. The guard at the gate brought me the form. I took the form. I filled them out. Twice I mailed them in to them. Nobody responded. I went to cyber.gov. I did it twice. That's 4 times. Nobody responded. They didn't even call me to ask me. Like, I have a feeling though, and this is just a theory. So a lot has happened to me from then to now, and I think this was planned. To do all these things to me, like 100 different little things, you don't know where to start. And when you start explaining, you look like you off the charts. Either again, you're naturally crazy or you're crazy on drugs. And people will just automatically dismiss you. You see, if they're hacking, then they might be hacking and watching people, watching how police procedure, watching what they're doing. So they know what the police will buy and what the police will automatically just dismiss. And to say you're stupid and crazy, is probably one of, you know, the number, the single digits of what they will just dismiss. When you start acting or talking like this, you're seeing everything like some kind of conspiracy theory out to get you. Someone is out to get you. Someone is doing this here. Someone is doing. You're crazy. They will just automatically dismiss you. But as God is my witness, these things that I've said, they are happening, and they have happened to me. They have happened to me. The hacking is real. Hacking into my Google is real. Jacking up some of my clients, that's real. There's no doubt about that. Being sitting outside around my house, of course it's only me versus them, but that's real too. Now, I've been in that cottage for 4.5 years. I did not intend to leave. I had no wish to leave. In 2018, I made $107,000 off my website. In 2019, I made $88,000 off my website. My life was okay. I had no desire to leave. No desire to leave. So, what would have been my motive to just pick up and just run off like that? What they're trying to say, I committed some crime or something. What would be my motive for this crime? I don't know. They know a motive. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But I do know these people seem to be the set of people who will try to set people up. And in this case, people meaning me. And try to make it look like I've done something, or I'm going to do something, or I did something and I got found out. I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is that there are people going out there, I don't know if this is a con game or not, where a lot of people are pretending to be FBI agents. And there's some people who are using other people's names and saying they are acting FBI agents or they're working with the FBI, which in itself, I'm not sure if it's a federal offense. Because I was lately being made to realize somebody said I was working with the FBI. So this is how I know something is going wrong. There's somebody out there messing me up. And it's not just one person, it's a group of people. It is my belief that it's two sets of people. It's two sets of people. And I am caught in the crossfire between the two sets of people. Now, how I ended up there, I don't know. But I'll tell you what my theory is. I had inheritances. My grandma left some stamps that are very rare, very old. I think the stamps were stolen. Because they're not there. And my family are blaming each other. I don't think they have it. They're blaming each other. That's one. My dad left money and property in another country. I don't know if anybody touched it because there seems to be some kind of fraud going on there. And I don't know if my mother left money here in this country. Because before she died over here, she died in 1990, which is 31 years ago almost. She gave an aunt of mine all the stuff that she had. I don't know what she had. Maybe her passport, her ID, whatever she had. She gave it to her, and no one can seem to produce it. I don't know where it went. I don't know if they misplaced it or they lost it or someone stole it. I don't blame them, because they're not the kind. They're not lacking for anything. Let's put it this way. They don't have to resort to stealing. These are good people. So, where did they go? I don't know. I have no idea. So that's one. Or two, I should say. And me, myself, I don't know. I don't think there's anything attached to my name other than my website that I know it makes good money. Makes a good livable income. Because I can easily make like $150,000 a year on just my website. You know why? Because I'm passionate about it. That's my dream. That's my goal. It's always been my goal to work alone or to work at home. Because I don't drive. I have a fear of driving. And most of my life I have to travel at least about 3 to 4 hours a day in just traveling back and forth to get back and forth from work. And that's not easy. So my dream was to work from home. And I did it. And as soon as I was successful at it, this shit started happening with them. Now, how long they've been hacking me, I don't know. What their motive is, I don't know. But I do know it's not just a website. Nobody will do this to a woman for a website when they can make 1 million websites by now. It's not a website. The website, I believe, messing with the website is meant to distract me. Well, it's because of the website. It is not. It is not. There are more particulars to this story of how what happened last year, but if I can get an FBI agent or somebody who will look into this in all honesty and set my mind at rest, or just get to the bottom of it and find out from them why they're doing this, then I don't want to talk about it or get too much into it to spoil that. Because this is another thing. There's something called having a case thrown out of court. With too much leaking of too much information. See, how would they know this? Because again, they're hacking and they know what is allowed and what is not. And if they're dealing with criminals, then it's their job to protect these criminals, and this is what they will do. Now, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, I might say. When I say conspiracy theorist, I like the law. It's like, hypothetically, how stupid people are when they commit crimes. Because the main thing in there is your loss of freedom at the end of the day. Because there's no perfect crime. There's no perfect crime. There is absolutely no perfect crime. So I just look at things from different angle. I might look at things from different ways at how things could possibly work out. But mostly, 100% I would say, in my mind, it doesn't work out. Because I'm not a criminal. I don't understand what it is to be a criminal. I don't understand the concept of being a criminal. What's the motive? A bunch of money. How many trinkets and baubles can you buy? How many houses can you buy? How many nice cars can you buy without, at some point, what do you do then? You don't have anything else going on in your life. You're not achieving anything. You're not succeeding at anything. You're not growing. Eventually you'll get bored, and what you'll do is look for the next big thrill, to steal more money. And eventually that thrill-seeking gene that you're feeding is going to start to do this to people, what she's doing to me. This is another theory, I don't know. Like, she has me almost like a pet in a cage, I don't know. I've explained this before, how I believe I ended up in this place. If you're hacking, it's really simple to control a person's life, especially if you're like me and you work online. Let me explain that. They're hacking. I work 100% online. Cripple my business. Money's trickling. They're hacking, they know exactly. They're filtering even the clients. They know what's coming, what's not. They know exactly down to the penny or the cent how much I have. What I can afford and what I can't afford. I found this house by driving around the neighborhood with my friend John. This is a college town, so there's lots of for rent signs. So we took numbers. Remember, they're hacking. A location that they feel they can control, that they can mess with me with. They can get gang stalkers or they themselves doing it. I don't know. Location they're gonna look at. The only person whose call will be allowed to respond to my initial calling them would be the location that they can control. It's really not that difficult to control someone's life. I meant to say people's lives. It's really not that difficult. It's really that simple. They're hacking, and they're good at it. I don't know what they're using to hack. And then she has this psychic ability. But why? This is the thing, is I still am not clear as to why. If they've stolen from me, why are they doing this still? I don't understand. Why are they trying to push me? And it's like, I feel like they're trying to push me, they're trying to kill me, or they're trying to get me to commit suicide. Why? I don't understand. If you have any theory, or if you know of anyone who's been through something similar, I'm begging you, please let me know. Tell me what to do here. I don't know. I need help. I don't want to die like this. My phone number is 405-332-3968. That's 405-332-3968. Thank you.